Hey friend, how are you? How's the summer going for you? I've been well, and a few weekends ago I went up to Arbroath and Stonehaven on the northeast coast of Scotland. I took the bus, as you can see, and really enjoyed the journey. The countryside was beautiful and green, with clear views to the distant hills. We drove through farmlands pretty much the whole way, which felt peaceful and relaxing. Also, the further we got from Glasgow, the clearer and sunnier the weather became. It felt like I was going far, far away, and not just 2 hours up the road. I went to see my friend Emma, who I met last year at a job interview. She's actually the first friend that I made here, and although she spent a few months in Glasgow, now lives in Arbroath. The first thing we did after I got settled was go cycling. Woo! We're cycling to... Where are we going? East?
We're going to East Haven.
East Haven. Ah! It's so beautiful.
So nice.
It's so different from Glasgow. Oh my gosh. Emma, do you want to say hi? I'm going to come.
Hey.
Woo!
Oh my gosh. Be careful you don't fall.
Okay, I'm trying to catch you up and keep it stable and... Alright, go!
Hey. We're on the Elliott Links. We're heading south and we're going to go find a really, really nice, quaint little beach off the coast of East Haven.
Beautiful. We love the beach.
We love it.
They're so big. Oh my gosh. Whoa.
There's no babies though. Where are the babies? I love that white one over there. He looks like he ate way too much. He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna
I can't move.
digesting through his 5 stomachs. Oh.
We've made it.
How are your feet?
They're warm.
Yes.
They're so comfortable. They feel normal like feet.
Yes.
I can't imagine what it would be like if I didn't have the feet warmers.
Yeah, the feet warmers are.
Because
They give me life. I needed them. And the pie place, you can also go to the pie place. It's not really near the beach though, but we could go there tonight, or we could go whenever. The only time it shuts is Christmas Day.
this is East Haven.
Yes.
What did you say? It was like the oldest.
The oldest fishing settlement dated from 1214.
That is nuts.
I know. You'll get a
Good morning. Where are we, Emma?
the Grassic Gibbon Centre near Arbroath.
Right, yes. So Lewis Grassic Gibbon wrote Sunset Song, which is a classic Scottish novel.
Yep,
And
they
part of
teach
the
it in
first of a
school.
trilogy. Yeah. And I actually read it last year. And it happens to be nearby Emma's hometown. I mean, his hometown.
His hometown, but
Happens
also
to be nearby.
Yeah,
And one of the places that the characters go
yes,
in the
is my
novel
hometown.
is Emma's hometown. Yeah. So we're just going to explore the museum.
Yes. I don't know if you've heard of that one.
I love to read, and since I moved to Glasgow, have been intentional about reading Scottish authors. One day in my library, I saw Sunset Song on the shelf, with a note printed on the front saying it was voted the best Scottish book of all time by Scots in 2005. This is the one that I read. That sealed the deal for me. It hasn't turned out to be my favorite Scottish book, but it was interesting to browse the museum at the Grassic Gibbon Centre and see the domestic tools and other artifacts from life in Scotland in years gone by. There was a short video about Lewis Grassic Gibbon as well, which we watched. Although he died when he was 35, he left a major impression on the Scottish literary scene and Scots' concept of themselves as a people.
Oh, that's him. There he goes.
Stonehaven.
Where Emma's from and her family. You said the Buttery Braes?
Buttery Braes, yeah. I feel it in my legs. Are you okay?
Are we going to be going up forever? Obviously not, but...
Up until there, then we can have a breather.
Ooh! Look at where we came from. Wow. To Dunnottar Castle.
Yes.
So beautiful.
Yeah, this is just like a
Look at me, I'm on Instagram.
Yeah. This is a standard walk. Like, this was just a walk that you did when you're bored. Just come up here, walk around.
This is Dunnottar Castle, which is about all I can tell you, except for some trivia that in the book Sunset Song, 2 of the main characters go on a walk here. I was just excited to see my first big Scottish castle and walk along these beautiful cliffs, especially on what turned into a gorgeous day. After a day and a night in Stonehaven, Emma and I drove back to Arbroath. Isn't this a pretty road? I thought you might like to see. While we drive, I'll tell you about the Scottish food I ate this weekend. Scotch broth, which is a filling soup made with barley and vegetables. Arbroath smokies, which are whole smoked haddock found only in, you guessed it, Arbroath. Emma's dad used the smokies to make Cullen skink, which is like a creamy fish chowder, except he used oat milk for me and my dairy sensitivity. It was so sweet of him. I also tried a buttery, which is a pastry common in northeast Scotland. Butteries are plain, heavy, and flaky, like a denser, smashed croissant. Of all those, the Cullen skink was my favorite. Creamy, comforting soup. Back in Arbroath, Emma and I went for a walk along the Seaton cliffs. Oh my gosh. You're really loud.
They've got a lot going on. He's a nutter.
Look at this guy. He's not wearing any clothes. That's not quite accurate. He's wearing, what are they called? Like
trunks.
the Speedos.
Swimming trunks.
No, they're not trunks.
Oh,
Just
really?
it's like jockeys.
Oh no. He's doing really well.
Yeah. He's been in there a little.
He's not got hypothermia yet.
All of his friends. I wonder if is it a dare that he's in on?
I don't know. They're just watching.
Because they're, yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow.
They're watching him. We're watching him.
Way to go.
Yeah, I can't imagine my parents.
Yeah, sorry, I'm videoing.
Oh, is it a video?
I didn't think you were going to say anything.
I'm not saying anything anymore.
Here's Emma's little car. Time to go. Super early the next morning, I basically didn't sleep. I took the bus from Arbroath to Dundee and from Dundee to Edinburgh. If I did my Googling right, this beauty is known as the Tay Bridge. It's in Dundee. And here we are, in Edinburgh. I came to visit an old friend, Catherine. We were in primary and high school together, but hadn't seen each other in years and years. We would never have guessed. Who could have? That we'd reunite in Scotland. Yeah, it's very classic, at least for where I'm
Scotland
from.
in its classic weather.
What's the name of this park?
The Meadows.
Oh, I haven't seen, I've heard about this place.
Yeah, boy, this is a great place, I've got to say. This is the university library, that big square thing.
Oh.
I used to be up there like 12 hours at a time.
Okay, but where are we? What's this?
I don't know the name of the road, but I know it's a good view of the castle.
Yes. Okay. Maybe I should try narrating. So I'm in Edinburgh with Catherine, and we're on a pretty street, so I decided to film it. And this is Catherine. She's not going to speak though. And Tammy and Simcoe is not sleeping yet, but we want him to. Maybe soon.
I think he's past his tiredness.
Oh. We walked him through nap time.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him out of here.
It's a beautiful Scottish day. To me. This is what a nice day in Glasgow is like, Catherine. Can you believe it?
And this is a bad day in Edinburgh. Just like 1 hour train ride away. Come soon, you wanna come up? Oh yeah, Bobby, we have to go see him before we go down the hill.
Famous dog.
We gotta rub his nose for good luck.
If you're unfamiliar with the story of the dog Greyfriars Bobby, he was originally just named Bobby. When his owner died in 1858 and was buried in the Greyfriars Cemetery, Bobby guarded his grave every day for 14 years until his death. He only left once a day for food. Bobby became famous, and this statue was erected just outside the cemetery where he and his owner are buried. This is a museum of some kind, Catherine says. I will rub Bobby's nose.
Good luck.
Thanks, Bobby. We sat outside the Scottish Parliament building for a picnic lunch and then noticed something was happening. I walked over to check it out and learned that the Queen had arrived in Edinburgh, and Holyrood Palace, which is opposite the Scottish Parliament, is where she stays when she visits. All this fanfare is part of the ceremony where she's given the key to the city. After watching several groups of men march into the palace grounds, I left to meet up with Catherine again. On our way out of the area, the Queen drove right past us. Woo! Short of meeting her personally, there's no way I'll be that close to her again. That's how close she passed by us.
March on the colour! To the colour! Reason! Out!
This happy circumstance and beautiful bagpipe music was the highlight of everything I saw in Edinburgh. Overall, I had an amazing long weekend. It was so good to spend time with my friends and to see and taste more of Scotland. There isn't anything I would do differently, and I recommend it all to you.